It's gonna be a story time. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for the newcomers. Today it's a video memories story time. Okay, that I think last year. I made a live on how my story, how my first time in America, and I just did the first part, but I didn't finish it. So I will tell you a little bit of the story, a little bit more. And yeah, so really many memories came back to me, you know, because I saw a scene when I was in town, and I saw something that reminded me of a situation, you know, that happened to me. So in America, guys, for you, if you have never been in America, for those who maybe want to, anyway, this is my story. This is some stories that I've, you know, when you go to America the first time, you came to America the first time. For us, I mean, for me, I was international student. Okay, I was international student. It wasn't easy at all. It was very, very difficult. I don't want to lie to you. The student visa was very difficult. And the first time you go to English school. So that period of time, that was I guess it was the most funny time that I have in America, like the most chilling and funny time, because in America you will meet many immigrants. We are immigrants, but immigrants with so many stories, you know. You have stories that inspire you, you have stories that really sadden you, you have stories that you are like, what kind of story is it? And being international student, we were going to school, English school in Washington DC precisely, and we were also going to host family. Then later on, some of us left the host family and so on. We went to our own apartment, and later on, when I saw that the cost of life in Washington DC was very expensive because the schools are expensive. So I had a friend who told me, why don't you go to Texas? Why don't you come down to Texas? That later on I went to Texas. So most of the story I will tell you was in Washington DC, Maryland. Okay, I remember one day I remember one day, I don't know what happened, but I needed to make some pocket money. You know, it's just, you know, it's like, it's so expensive that sometimes you can't, you know, you always need to net money because you'll be spending money like crazy. And, you know, for, I guess, girl like me, we weren't really lucky. I mean, maybe not lucky in love, but we weren't really searching. So we were just focused on going to school, and, you know, we didn't think like, oh, maybe, yeah, you could be thinking that someone could help you. And if you were lucky enough, you could meet a guy who could help. That was what many girls were doing back in the days. Many girls, like, they were international. I don't say all of them, but most of them were looking for guys. They were black, they were white, they were Asian. Many girls were looking for American guys in town. And I remember, because in my school, in my English school, there were girls who were coming, and they were like really like searching for American guys, like seriously. And if you didn't have the skill, or you didn't have the courage to go out looking for a man, I mean, not looking, but being able to date and stuff like that, you really count on God, yourself, and your family. You see what I mean? I mean, when I say family, yourself is money in a way, and your family, just family support, and all this. So I wanted to get some money, and I saw an advertisement that there was someone who was looking for cleaning his it was like a townhouse, yeah, somewhere in Washington DC. So I saw the ad, I took it, and I called, and the man told me, yes, you can come to clean my place. So I went there, an afternoon quickly. I needed to make a little bit of money, and I went there. The guy was from Canada. Yeah, he was a Canadian guy, and he looked like he was upset about something. He was like, I don't want to stay in America anymore. I don't like this country. I mean, it was like he was leaving he was packing. He was leaving America, and it was like he didn't have the greatest experience at all. I mean, it was like he was upset about something that happened to him. Maybe he had a divorce. I don't know. Really, I didn't ask question. You know, I was just starting to speak English a little bit. I was just coming from my country, in Africa, and I didn't speak English very well. So I was still learning. I was still learning English at the time. So the guy was talking. He was just talking alone, pushing boxes everywhere. And he was like, I need your help for this. So I was like, okay, sir, I should do the job. So I start cleaning. Yeah, I've cleaned America. I've cleaned. When I was looking for money, I was cleaning people. I was cleaning. I'm not ashamed of it. Because, you know, that there are situations like that. You need to make money. You need to have something. You cannot be counting on, I don't know. So something extra is always good. So I was cleaning. It was a Saturday afternoon because I wasn't going to school. Oh, the place was beautiful. Somewhere in Washington. Washington, DC is a beautiful city. Seriously, you see the home. It was beautiful. So I was cleaning. It was a townhouse. Then I went to the bathroom. It has a beautiful bathroom. I mean, a beautiful bathroom. I remember it has a very chic kind of bathtub. Then as I was cleaning the bathtub, out of the blue, I saw a beast, like an animal coming out of the blue, like from one of the doors. When I saw this animal, I started screaming. I jumped, I screamed, help, 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 there is something there. So the man was like, what's going on? He ran. The way I screamed, the man ran. He ran to the bathroom. When he looked, the stuff I was screaming, I was crying and screaming about. He looked at me and say, are you serious? I was like, yes, this is scary. And then he said, this is a dog, lady. It's a dog. And I said, what kind of dog is it? He told me, this is a greyhound. I'm from Africa. I don't know greyhound. So I was like, this is scary. I don't know that type of dog. This is Mia. She's sweet. You scared her too. I was like, but I don't know that dog. He looks strange. Then what you say? And then he was like, no, you got to be kidding me. You don't know this is a dog. Mia, that dog has a long, I didn't know greyhound. Maybe I saw them on TV sometime in British stuff where they were doing some dog competition for, I don't know, dog running. I didn't know. I think I saw it once or twice in the afternoon on TV, but I didn't recall in real life that I could see this stuff. So he was like, it's a greyhound. Come close. She won't hurt you. You scared her. Come close. You just want to be pet. And then I put my hand on her. She has a small head. It was like, seriously, guy. He said, you don't know greyhound? Where are you from? And I was like, oh, I'm from Africa. He said, oh my God. He said, oh my God. Okay, this is a greyhound. You don't know greyhound? What kind of dog do you know? I say, I know some dogs. I know the German Shepherd. I know Terre-Neuve, Labrador. Small dogs like Bichon Frisé, Pekingese, Pug, to name some of them, Doberman. And he was like, yeah, but the greyhound also exists. I think you never so say, oh, I was like, oh, the greyhound, the one that is in the bus. He was like, yeah, something like that. Yeah, the greyhound, that animal running. But in my head, I was like, how can a runner dog can be in an apartment? Anyway, so I kept cleaning, and later on, I was helping him. I don't know why I didn't ask him why he was living like that, why he was like upset about America, like he didn't like the country. I mean, he was just talking like that. I didn't have the, I didn't have the how to say in French, like we say reflex. In French we say the reflex. I didn't ask him why you leave America, why is it, what makes you, because maybe I will be aware of something I didn't know. So that was a very funny experience. So he gave me my pocket money, I helped him, he was putting stuff in the car, and he said, I'm leaving, I'm going back to my country, I cannot take it anymore. I was like, what is it that this man was going through in America? Maybe he had a divorce, I don't know, I really didn't understand. So then I took my money, I was happy, I put my earphone, I went back home with my money in my pocket. That was one story. Another story we had is like, at the beginning when you are international student, you are kind of, you discover, especially when you are in America, America is like the new world for you, and you are like amazed at the beginning, you are like, I want to discover. And yeah, because Washington DC is also a beautiful city. I remember every afternoon, and when I was free time, I would go to the museums, the Smithsonian's, because they have it for free, which was for me awesome, because I like museums, so I was going there often. You go to the White House, just sitting there in the garden, looking people around. And sometimes I had classmates who say, let's go to Chinatown to watch a movie. And with my sister also, we were going to the restaurant, looking some, it was good, a very good time there. So what happened is, one day we were at the restaurant. It was a restaurant not far from our English school. And there was a guy, he was African, I think he was the manager of that restaurant. And it's funny, because if I'm telling you the story, maybe you will say that, anyway. So we were just going there to eat something quickly, because when you're an international student, you really, for us, who are not from, we didn't have a lot of money, because school was already expensive, and you have to pay the rent and all this. So having expenses like that wasn't really possible like that. So we were just going, three of us, we are going together because we are together, and we went to eat at the restaurant. And that restaurant, we saw the manager, he heard our accent. He was a black guy, so he came and say, where are you from? We told him where we were from, and then he said, yeah, me too, I'm African. And then we start talking, and then he starts speaking to us, and then we were like talking, and then later on he say, how do you do here? How do you manage your life here? We were like, it's kind of difficult for us, we are trying our best to live in this country, but we don't know much. We didn't know much, really. We were like lost. International student. I remember in my school, you are all talking to each other. You were Asian, international student, Asian, like for South. I mean, the student I like the most being with were students from Brazil and from South Korea. They are so nice. Some of them was from Europe too. I remember I met a girl from Spain. She was so nice. We had in my class an actress. She was from Argentina, beautiful lady, an actress well known in her country. We had journalists also. We had many people in my school, in my English school. Yeah, and there were girls who were really looking for guys outside. I mean, especially American guys. There were girls who were taking some trip to go to New York City just to have, and then they were coming back in Washington DC before the school. So there was a dynamic we were doing. There was a dynamic of, we were living the life. And at the time, I remember the album of Rihanna was really her album Good Girl Gone Bad. All that album, I mean, it was the one that we were listening. And also there was a dynamic at the time. It was beautiful. You go to the radio, you go to the bus, the radio, there was always a new song, like the song of Jordan Sparks, One Step at a Time. It was really viral with Chris Brown, No Air, No Air, and also Chris Brown songs. Yeah, so it was a dynamic. So the guy was asking us, how do you do? How do you manage here? I say, no, we are living our life, you know, like you, we are African. Yeah, I can see you don't have any, we just visa students. Yeah, we are visa students. And he say, you need to meet people, you need to, you know, you need to meet American guy. You were like, yeah, I mean, we don't say no, but to meet people we have to go somewhere place, you have to, he say, yeah, that's nothing, just look sexy, it's enough, you know. Guys here, they like sexy women, especially when they come from other countries. You just put yourself attractive, and we're like, yeah, even to put ourselves attractive we need money, and what we have is really short. We can only pay for our school fees, our transportation, which is expensive. Washington DC is expensive, and so on. He said, yeah, I get it, but how it's so difficult. You during summer you try to dress in a way. I mean, we were like, do you mean that in a way to be, yeah, you know, that way, like, you know, and then you attract men, they will look at you and so on. We were like, okay. I mean, the number of advice we have from international people, especially African, I'm telling you, be careful, be very careful. You were like, okay, I guess. He said, yeah, you take your time, you go to the park, you go, you know, and you look. And then we were talking, say, oh, okay, we understand, but we don't have that much money. It was like, anyway. So after they say, okay, no problem, I see, because I think he saw that we were not really in a dynamic to understand what he was saying. And then later on, after we were leaving, he invited us, like, you can come to my home. We will talk about how to navigate through the system, how to live in America, because it's not easy. You need to know, you need to people to direct you, to guide you, and so on. Say, oh, no problem, since it's African. So he said, I invite you to my home, you know. Then I think the weekend after, he went to his place. We went, all of us, the three of us, we went to his place, and he started talking about, you know, we were eating. He has a beautiful house somewhere. And then he was talking to us about how he came to America. So the story was very special. Okay, the story was very special. And I have to be honest, up today, when I talk about that to the girls, you know, who were before we were talking together, none of us still have the answer. Why? Because the story didn't make any sense. In America, people have every stories. Or the immigrants, you have many stories of immigrants. We have their stories, and they will tell you everything is possible in America. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, part 2.